We're making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Civil Politics. This is going to be such a short episode. Firstly, I want to just see if I can dive into the speech of Gayton Mackenzie yesterday. Gayton Mackenzie had a rally in the Eastern Cape, Nelson Mandela Bay, where he was addressing a few things, and I listened to his entire speech. So I wanted to react on that. Secondly, I'd like to issue a trigger warning to every single person who belongs to Umkhonto weSizwe. If you feel like you don't want to watch this video, please don't watch. I am giving you guys a trigger warning so that you don't swear at me in the comment section. Okay? So anytime I get information regarding the Floyd being removed as the Secretary General and who's coming next, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not gonna avoid talking about MK because you guys are gonna throw tantrums in my comment section. So please, this is your chance for you not to continue and watch this video. Okay. There's new developments on the Floyd being deployed to Parliament and who possibly will be the next SG. I wanna read that for you guys. But before I get to Floyd, I do wanna quickly speak on Gayton Mackenzie's speech. So Gayton Mackenzie, first of all, the rally was a 12-year celebration. So meaning that they've been existing for 12 years. PA, if you didn't know, it's the same age as the EFF, by the way. I've always heard people, especially last year, people were saying, yeah, PA is a new party, but it's done better. It did well, better than the EFF. And I'm like, hey man, the PA is the same age as the EFF. It's just that the PA for the first few years, it didn't do well. Only this year, last year it did well. So they were celebrating 12th anniversary, and one thing that I liked and I applaud Gayton for is him going to do the rally in the Eastern Cape. I mean, that's really, really a big step. Because he could have done it in Cape Town, he could have done it in the Northern Cape, where he knows that he's got a constituency and that people are gonna come. He didn't have to go to the Eastern Cape, but him taking a risk and going to the Eastern Cape, that's huge, you know. So there's a few things that Gayton touched on. First of all, he touched on the Israel and the Palestine. And he said, he knows that a lot of people are saying that he's pro-Israel, he's a Zionist, but he loves and he supports both the Palestine and Israel. By the way, that's not true. Gayton Mackenzie has changed his tune. Anyway, he is a politician, or he is at least trying to be a politician. So what did you expect? I mean, things change. So he is changing his tune a little bit. I've listened to Gayton Mackenzie quite a few times. He's always been pro-Israel. He has never ever said anything about Palestine, but it was different yesterday. He spoke about Palestine. He said that they support Palestine. He's got members of the PA that support Palestine. That I think he said he's got 2 members of parliament that even wear the scarf. So he has no problem. He also supports Israel. That's what he said. And then he said there was a meltdown on the internet when his MPs went to Israel. The last time, remember guys, I even made a video. He said there was a meltdown, but he just wants to make it clear that he supports both. Then he says, I want you to hear it here. More MPs from the, not MPs rather, like people from the PA will be going to Israel again. And then he says, I want you to hear it here. They will be going to Israel because there's a way they did water there. He's saying there's a way that people in Israel managed to do water. then he wants the members of the PA to go there and study and copy how that thing was done, so that they can come back and do it here in South Africa to solve the water problem. That's what he said. If that is true, well, we don't know. Only time will tell. And then he touched on quite a few things. Gayton Mackenzie, actually, his speech was a little bit long. Then he touched on education. He said, Ubana, if there's one thing that he wishes as the PA, is that he wishes to bring God into the schools. Now, I don't know what it means to bring God into the schools. If you want to bring God as the curriculum, part of the studies, and do Bible study, or if you want to bring God in terms of prayer, let's say like prayer in the morning before, I'm not sure how this concept of bringing God into the schools, like what it means, like how he plans to do it, I'm not sure. And then he also mentioned Gayton Mackenzie that in 2029, for the very first time actually listening to him, I hear him addressing Ramaphosa, saying, 2029, he says, this is what he said. He said, a white president has had a chance, black people have had a chance to be president, now it's time for colors to come in. And in 2029, that's exactly where they're aiming. That's exactly where they're going. And for the very first time, I heard him say, ANC, EFF, MK, I'm coming for you. You know, that's what politicians do. And then he says, when some people have always said, he says some people from the PA have called him, saying, why are you soft on Ramaphosa? Why are you no longer the Gayton that we know? Then he says, Ramaphosa called me to offer me a position in the cabinet, and I told him that I accept. So I am part of his government, so I can't go against him. He did mention that. And then the last thing that I want to touch on that he said is that, so he said he's not sucking up on Ramaphosa, but he's respecting him because out of all people that he could have chosen, he chose him. So I feel like he's feeling some sense of being grateful, some sense of saying, I didn't deserve this, but you still gave it to me. You gave me a chance when no one would have ever given me a chance. I think that's how he feels. And then the last thing that I want to quickly touch on, because I think I'm running out of time, is he also spoke about crime. He spoke. So he said that people that are committing crime, they should be faced with the death penalty. And I saw a lot of people were reacting to that. An ex-convict, which is a little bit hypocritical, because if this rule would have applied to him, he wouldn't be here today. He wouldn't be the politician that he is today. So, I mean, it is a little bit hypocritical. But you guys tell me what you think. I'm going to insert the clip for you. Then you tell me what you think.
I came to tell patriots, never underestimate small beginnings. Crime is a problem in our country. People are killing old people. They are killing children. They are robbing and doing violent crime. I came here today to tell the government of national unity, look no further. The solution is by the Patriotic Alliance. Let us bring back the death penalty. If you kill, we must kill you. If you kill, we must kill you.
And right now, just before I end this video, I quickly want to read this thing about Floyd Shivambu and the new Secretary General of the MK Party. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to read here quickly. It says that Zuma searches for a new MK Party SG. Mfeka's comeback gains momentum. Mfeka, I'm not going to have enough time to attach his picture. If I do, I will. Mfeka is that guy from Induna. Who resigned from the KZN legislature and said he's no longer, he feels like what he signed up on originally, joining Umkhonto weSizwe and him bringing Induna and the traditional houses, is not being honored. So he left. He's that guy, Mfeka. So it says, yeah, this could be Mfeka's comeback, him coming back as SG. Yeah, well. South African politics political arena is abuzz as the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, led by the former President Jacob Zuma, navigates internal divisions and prepares for 2026 municipal elections, with Zuma seeking a new Secretary General to replace Floyd Shivambu, who is said to be redeployed as an MK MP. A growing coalition and traditional leaders, business figures, traditional healers, and Zuma family members is rallying behind Nduna Phumlani Mfeka. Mfeka's royalty, principle, stance, and ties to the radical economic transformation forces position him as a leading candidate. Through Zuma is also considering figures like Willie Umchunu in a decision that could shape the party's future. I don't know if Umchunu would be the great choice. Even Mfeka is well spoken, but I don't know if he's a material of being an SG. I could be wrong because I only know him from interviews. I've seen him in a podcast as well. Since the MK launch in December 2023, the MK Party has disrupted South Africa's political landscape, securing 14% of the national vote in May 2024. Anchored in Zuma's enduring appeal, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, the party has built a diverse coalition. Its rural support stems from promises to empower traditional governance and advance the land reform, resonating with monarchs, headmen, and healers. In urban areas, its left-wing populist agenda, calling for nationalization of mines and bank, appeals to voters frustrated by economic inequality. This urban-rural bridge has made MK a party serious contender against the African National Congress, which lost its parliamentary majority in 2024. Internal strifes under Floyd Shivambu. The appointment of Floyd Shivambu, former EFF deputy president, as SG in November, aimed to bolster the party's organizational capacity. However, his tenure has been marred by public disputes, including clashes with Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma, and accusation of sidelining traditional leaders. Shivambu alleged ties to business magnate Johann Rupert and his rumored role in 2018 Zuma Must Fall campaign have deepened distrust among Zuma loyalists. High-profile resignations, such as the Northwest Councillor Thabiso Molefe, highlights the party's disarray, raising concern about its cohesion ahead of 2026. Zuma's quest for a new SG. To address these challenges, Zuma plans to redeploy Shivambu to the National Assembly, leveraging his parliamentary expertise while seeking a new SG to unify the party. The SG role is critical for grassroots mobilization and policy coordination, and Zuma is weighing candidates like KwaZulu-Natal convener Willie Umchunu. I don't think Umchunu would be a good choice, honestly. However, Nduna Phumlani Mfeka, a founding member who resigned from the party and the KwaZulu-Natal legislature in February 2025, has emerged as the front-runner, backed by a powerful coalition. The case of Nduna, which is Mfeka. Mfeka's candidacy is bolstered by his unwavering loyalty to Zuma since 2008. And Mfeka did not like Floyd. I was listening to his other podcast. He was saying he wouldn't want to work where the Floyd is. His leadership of Injeje Yabenguni socio-political group and his business acumen as a former head of Young Business Society of Africa. His resignation, driven by objections to Shivambu's leadership and alleged Rupert coalition, underscored his principled stance, earning him widespread respect. Mfeka's intelligence, eloquence, and ability to connect with the rural traditionals and urban voters make him a unifying figure. Traditional leaders have been vocal in their support. Inkosi Sipho Mhlanga from Mpumalanga, and a respected figure, stated Nduna Mfeka is a man of integrity who understands the needs of our people, respects our traditions. His leadership will strengthen the MK Party rural roots and ensure our voices are heard. That's why Amakosi agreed to speak to President Zuma, because we feel very strongly about this. We cannot allow the MK to implode. As Amakosi, we must intervene. Similarly, another respected traditional leader from KwaZulu-Natal that asked not to be named but shares a close relationship with Zuma, affirmed Mfeka's loyalty to Umkhonto weSizwe and his commitment to uplifting Amakosi makes him an ideal SG. He is a bridge between our past and our future, most especially as he is both the Mapumlo and Mfeka royalty lineage. Nxamalala must listen to us. We have been reigning over our forefathers' people for far too long. We know a born leader when we see them. Mfeka is exactly that. Business leaders also back Mfeka. Sandile Mpembe, a highly respected KwaZulu-Natal entrepreneur who has financially supported the MK since its inception, said, "I've worked with Nduna Mfeka and seen his vision for economic transformation through practical, commercially viable solutions that conceptualized his resignation from high-paying job to stand by his principle, show he's not driven by personal gain. He's the leader we need to drive the party's agenda and attract investment from BRICS nations." Traditional healers, a key MK Party constituency, echoes this sentiment. 84-year-old Mkhulu Malambula, a re-owned Inyanga from Umhlabuya Lingana, declared, "Mfeka is guided by the royal Nguni ancestors and carries the spirit of our struggle. His wisdom and courage at a young age makes him the right choice to lead the MK Party forward, and he will have backing of ancestors and Umveli Nqangi." A source close to Zuma family speaking on the condition nominee revealed Ubaba knows that Ubhuti Mfeka is the best candidate and most trustworthy of them all. He is not swayed by money. He is principled. His resignation from a splash job shows you his character. And akadlali Ubhuti. Yeah, betunan. Everybody is advocating for Mfeka. Appointing Mfeka could be a masterstroke for Zuma, addressing internal divisions, reinforcing the party's RET principles. His ties to traditional leaders and business communities would solidify rural support and attract urban investment, while his royalty inspires confidence amongst founding members. However, candidates like Willis Mchunu with strong regional influence remain in contention, reflecting the complexity of Zuma's decision. As the 2026 elections loom, MK Party's ability to overcome internal challenges and maintain its urban-rural coalition is critical. Zuma's choice of SG, whether Mfeka or Mchunu or another, will shape the party's trajectory. With monarchies, healers, business leaders, and Zuma's inner circle championing for Mfeka, his potential return could galvanize the MK, positioning it as a transformative force in South Africa. Yay! So you guys tell me what you think. It seems like everybody is behind Mfeka. My thing is, I've heard Mfeka speak. I've heard him speak. He is well spoken, but of course he's Induna. He's respected, but is he able to attract other people other than the people of KZN? Well, I don't know. Anyway, guys, this is such a long video. I wanted to be short. I have to go. Let's meet in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If I did not introduce myself, my name is Izipolo Pelwana. This is Simple Politics. Please subscribe. Comment in the comment section. I will answer the comments when I'm back from church. Aluta continua. I'll see you guys on the next episode.